Good evening, everyone, and welcome to All India Runners Motivation. Today's guest, before I introduce, I would like to tell, many years back, there was a question which was asked to Rajnikant, the superstar, by Karan Johar. Is there anything which Rajni can't do? And Rajni, with a pause, answered no. So today's guest is someone who can do everything. He's a runner by passion. He's from the armed forces. He is an author. He's a blogger. He writes poems. He organizes races, and sometimes he sings. So, is there anything with my guest today can't do? Absolutely no. He can do everything. And without further ado, I would like to invite Lieutenant Commander Bijay Nair to our live stream. He is a decorated army officer. He is an ultra marathoner. He's a passionate runner, and he was my first interviewee, I would say, the person who agreed for an interview for my page, All India Runners Motivation, and for that I'm always grateful and I will never forget. So welcome, Lieutenant Commander Bijay Nair.
Hi Rajesh.
Hi.
First of all, a big thank you to you and many happy returns of the day. And it's a golden moment. I think 50th is a milestone age, and hereafter you will be reversing your age like what you are doing now. So
yeah, thank you.
From all of the fraternity, I would say the running fraternity, I would take this opportunity and privilege to wish you many happy returns of the day, Rajesh. So keep motivating us. Yeah.
Thank you so much. In fact, my friend said, "आज से BST में आपको reserved seat मिलेगा." So I said, definitely yes. So I know that all the runners, because of the lockdown, they have been sitting inside the house and trying to do a lot of things. In fact, a lot of runners want to come out as soon as possible and start running. But I guess that's how all the runners are.
Exactly. So I could see Sai saying hi Sai.
Yeah. So Sai is just saying hello to you. So I've seen a lot of interviews. You have been interviewed a lot, and I've read a lot about you. In fact, during my research, I visited your website maybe 100 plus times. So all the new visits are by me. Okay, in the recent times, at least for the last couple of days. But nothing much spoken about your journey as an athlete from school days onwards. So if you can just tell the audience a bit about yourself, it will be really nice.
Okay, so I could see Satish sir. Hi Satish sir. I'm glad that a lot of people are watching. So Jai Hind Sidh. So my journey, I have not shared this with the running community, but now since I motivate a lot of these youngsters from the armed forces, those who want to join the armed forces. So I've connected in lockdown to many such youngsters. Hi Mansi. 6,000, Instagram, 6,000, 7,000 plus youngsters. So they would know my journey. They know my story of, how.
Yeah. I'm sorry, there's a pause in the network. We are hoping that to get back soon. Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, Rajesh, I can see you. Yes.
Yeah, okay. There is a pause in the network, like a frozen moment.
Okay. So I was just telling that, I connected to a lot of youngsters who are aspirants for the armed forces.
In fact, youngsters as young as what, 8 years old? You are youngest person, or 6 years old?
No, so my youngest still a week ago was 5 years girl, and now the youngest is a 3.5 years girl. And I was, I'm really stunned when we come into the later part of the interview. So they know my story, and to all the running community, very close friends know my background and how it all started. So I am a Malayali by being a Nair, and I'm from Kerala rather, but more of a Maharashtrian because I'm born and brought up in Mumbai, in a suburb called Bhandup. Now, Bhandup is a very small place, and erstwhile Bhandup 80s and 90s, it used to be very small place, dominated by working class people. So I'm born and brought up in a locality, but I'm really happy to be from there. I have seen the struggle, the earlier day struggle. So dad being a communist, hardcore communist, you know how the Mallus are, he was a hardcore communist
Same here.
who believed in content living, his belief was content living. So three of us, three brothers. So growing days were very struggle, but we were always thought that whatever you have to live within that, and that's how my childhood, like every youngsters of 80s and 90s, I did grow, listening, seeing cricket, playing cricket, gully cricket, to hardcore gully cricket jo hota hai na,
Yes.
so that such was the time we had. And sports was an integral part, sports was an integral part of my growing up. And school days, I belong to a very small trust school. It was run by a Malayali trust. And jaise, I always say in my other interviews for the Armed Forces channel कि English medium होके भी हम English नहीं बोलते थे, So, English medium होके भी hardly. And I still remember when we used to say English, our friends used to say, अरे English बोल दिया, कहाँ से आया, UK से आया क्या, all those things. I was good at sports. I used to play all sort of sports, shot put se leke discus. So typical school 𝐾𝐭, 𝐶𝐫 and all was good. And then running, yes, running. That time distance running never used to happen. School mein 100-200 meter, and with a small school ground and all. So that was my initiation into sports, And running, if you say the distance running, वो तभी ना कैसे होता था कि छुट्टी पे when vacation used to happen ना, all boys और जो हम लोग के आसपास रहते थे, so all of us used to go for jogging in the morning. We used to call jogging, and इसी बहाने trespass करते थे. Close by there used to be there is a naval civilian colony where I used to live. We used to trespass inside, कभी दीवार फांद के अंदर घुस गए, ये हो गए. जिस दिन पकड़े जाते थे उस दिन तो मुर्गा and all used to happen, but most of the time out of 100, like 2-3 बार पकड़े जाते थे, 97 times we used to enjoy, and that was the initiation into running. So we used to call jogging, घर से बोल के जाते थे jogging. फिर सुबह 6-6:30 बजे निकल के 9, 9:30, 10 बजे जॉगिंग, तो ऐसी 4-5 राउंड हो गया, फिर थक गए. That was the time when you never knew anything. क्या पेस क्या है वो नहीं मालूम. पहला 5 राउंड इतना फास्ट भाग ले, फिर थक गए, वहां सो गए ग्राउंड पे and all those. So that was the initiation into this beautiful sports, consciously, subconsciously, whatever you say. So later marathon and all happened. Life में जब age हो गया तब marathon and all happened.
So it's thank you for the reply. In fact, I would say that for all people who have stayed in Bombay in the 70s and 80s and all, the journey is something similar. And when you're saying about all this, right, I can relate to my own childhood, and because I used to do exactly what you're saying. Yeah, the summer holidays, all you did not say is that cycle bhade pe leta tha on summer holidays. 25 paise. Yeah, 50 paise for a half an hour or 1 hour, and everything was exactly what you said. I think all the Bombaykers in the 70s and 80s can relate. I don't know the 90s children how they are, but I know that we used to all sit on the usko bolte the katte pe baithna, on the corner of the gate and chat, and nowadays we don't see anybody in the katta. Nobody is there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but it's amazing how your childhood is. I know that you told about your love towards, you saw the naval colony was there in the place where you're staying. Was that when your first love towards armed forces started at that time?
Yes. So the story goes. This incident I have told many times to my, the youngsters who listen to me. So 7th and 8th standard was the time when I started to be very regular on that ground,
Okay.
और वो ग्राउंड पे एज आई सेड पकड़े जाते थे तो मुर्गा बनता था एंड राउंड द ग्राउंड होता था, बहुत सारी चीज. सो जब हम मुर्गा बनते थे तभी वहां से नेवी की गाड़ी जाती थी अंदर. दिस पीपल यूज्ड टू बी इन क्रिस्प वाइट एंड सो एवरीवन, ऑल दो जो हमको पनिशमेंट देता था वो भी खड़े होके सल्यूट मारता था उसको. देन आई यूज्ड टू वंडर कि भैया ये क्या चीज है करके, सो हाउ दिस. And when one day when someone came out of the jeep and he used to with his epaulette and all, he used to, इतना सही लग रहा था बंदा गॉगल मार के पूरा. And I was saying कि बॉस बनना है तो यही बनना है लाइफ में. अब कैसे बनना है नहीं मालूम, बनना है तो यही बनना है करके.
Okay.
And that the first time that initiation happened.
Okay.
And I knew कि this is a dream and I'm a believer. I'm a dreamer, I'm a believer. I believe सपने, जैसे मैं सबको बोलता हूँ ना, सपने देखना चाहिए. सपने नहीं देखोगे तो पूरा नहीं होगा. So all of us have to dream and believe in that dream.
Okay.
And it has to be a very very realistic dream. So that 7th 8th से चालू हो गया कि okay. And someone used to say, this was my answer when I went for Navy selection, SSB also. So they asked me that why did you want to join Navy? So I told him because I was very, ये नहीं कि देश के लिए मरना है मारना है, तभी वो सब कुछ नहीं. So I told I was attracted towards the uniform. मुझे ऐसे लगा कि ये यूनिफॉर्म पहनने से ऐसे होगा कि भले ही मेरा शक्ल सूरत नहीं है बट यूनिफॉर्म से ना 4 चांद लग जाएगी. So that was my answer, my SSB also. And he was very interested in this answer because when people go for SSB interview, they prepare for this question like anything. I want to do that. मैंने तो दिल से बोला था कि boss, this is why I want to join armed forces. I'm fascinated by the whites.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that was the first initiation which happened, and then of course the journey started there. So growing up was not easy. Life was always. So I used to stay in a Mumbai chawl, typical, 1+ when the times of 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
And, I'm really really proud that in such a scenario we all dreamed. Many of my friends, all of us, we were a very close associates and friends, and from all the communities, Bhale Maharashtrian, Gujarati, Bhojpuri. So most of my friends are from Muslim community because the place where I used to stay was a Muslim community area. So my very very close friends are there. So so the next thing was ki, and 1992, if you remember, there was this riots which has happened. So I've seen it so closely.
Okay.
So closely. And that somewhere etched in my mind. I said कि I will go into a place or into a profession जहाँ ना ये जात धर्म कहीं कुछ नहीं आएगा. You are you, and that is why probably armed forces was my destiny. And I'm glad to my parents and God and everybody that that dream somehow got it. I had believed in that dream and it happened. It happened. So that was my initiation to the armed forces journey.
Good. I mean, in fact, when you talked about jahan pe dharam na ho, what I really love about armed forces is that they have got something called as a Sarva Dharam Sthal, which is there in all the base.
Exactly.
And all the religions are there. In fact, you don't know who's going to come and pray for that day. And that's what I love. I mean, I heard it from my late father-in-law, Lieutenant Colonel Arvind Akshan. So, and I enjoyed it. In fact, I've gone to the bases also, so it's fun. And I really loved about that concept that there is nothing like ki ha, this one, anybody would be there to pray, even during war. Hello. I think we got a little. It's frozen a little bit. I think we are hoping that Bijay Nair would be back. Let's see what happens. In fact, let's see. Yeah, he's adding. So Bijay Nair was the first person I interviewed for my page, All India Runners Motivation. Bijay, sorry, we were back and forth again. A little bit, I think some internet is playing tricks on this day. So how was your first experience of armed forces when you joined? How was the experience?
So yes, so I I cleared my NDA exams. That was after 12th. I cleared my SSB and went to, I cleared my exam return and then went to SSB. I cleared that. In the medical, I had some issue with my eyes. And
Okay.
here, what happens is you are dreaming something, you are believing that dream is going to happen, and it happened also. And आपके आसपास ना everything is going as per your plan. And
Okay.
being, as I said, that being from a very content living and such background, so there is no second chance. एक बार आपका हो गया, miss हो गया, move on in life. You have to do whatever next course of study or whatever. So
Okay.
medically, I got boarded out, rejected because some eyes ka some issue was there. And here I saw my dream crashing. बोलते हैं ना
Okay.
सपनों का टूटना. एक होता है कि सपने देखना, एक होता है सपनों का टूटना. So I lived both that. I was here, I was about to join NDA, and medical में issue आ गया. So there was no choice. So 10-15 days it was like pretty depressed and things like that. अब क्या होगा? Now what is life without that dream? But still I persisted that dream because I was someone told me that you can join the forces even after your graduation. So I
Okay.
kept that dream alive. So that's when I did my engineering. So in my seventh semester, again I got this chance. So I had two
Okay.
options: either going through CDSE or through short service tech. So short
Okay.
service tech was appealing because again Navy में जाना था. So it was Navy. So I
Okay.
chose short service tech, and SSB interview and everything went smooth. Medical में same issue आया, but this time the board was bit benevolent. I was a border case. तभी भी मैं border case ही था. So board was with benevolent, and I made through.
Okay.
And I came in the merit of cutoff merit, and I was in the academy. Now academy is a different world. SSB तक एक अलग दुनिया है, and academy is different world itself. मतलब क्या होता है, you never know what is happening to you. Every
Okay.
moment is a bouncer. Every moment is a bouncer.
Yeah.
कभी पनिशमेंट तो ऐसे है कि क्यों मिलता है लास्ट तक नहीं समझा. फ्रॉम टिल द टाइम आई पास्ड आउट ऑफ एकेडमी, पता ही नहीं चला कि पनिशमेंट में क्यों होते थे. आई funny incident, like there was this senior when we were the junior term.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mangesh, thank you so much. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. So, uh, I'll tell a very funny incident wherein, like there was this senior termer, और हमें
Yeah.
पता नहीं कि punishment कब कहाँ से कैसे आ रहा है. So one day he caught me, and unfortunately I was the unluckiest one in that. And then he said कि you directly looked into my eyes. मेरे आंखों में you are, all those academy language, academy expletive, and welcome. Why did you see into my eyes? So
This is
then
typical Bombay. तो तूने मुझे क्यों देखा?
पहले होता था ना भाई लोग.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I said कि I'm sorry, but sir, I didn't see you करके. So then no, ये वो करके मुर्गा and all those punishment. And the very guy next day, उसने मेरे को टारगेट बना लिया था अनफॉर्चुनेटली. नेक्स्ट डे फिर से पकड़ा, फिर बुलाया कि why didn't you see me? Why didn't
Yeah.
you see in my eyes? I
Yeah.
said, sir, yesterday you said. Well, so okay, so that means I am not looking that handsome, या मैं ऐसे नहीं लगता हूँ इसलिए तूने मुझे नहीं देखा करके. ये साइकी ना पूरा एकेडमी में, जब तक एकेडमी में थे, ये बनता ही रहा, ऊपर
Okay.
नीचे ऊपर नीचे. And so running is the very basis of academy training. All the academy trainings. Everything starts. So when you are in junior term, it is called on the doubles. आपको
Okay.
सब कुछ भाग के करना है. चलना was a privilege. चलना was a
Okay.
privilege. When you become a senior termer, so chalna was a privilege. So we used to call दौड़ के चल and on the doubles. So that was the first initiation into running. बोलते हैं ना, सब कुछ रन. So दिन में कुछ नहीं तो मेस से लेके ब्रेक, डॉर्मेट्री से मेस तक, मेस से क्लासरूम तक, क्लासरूम से स्विमिंग पूल, ये रन करते करते 6-7 किलोमीटर तो ऐसे ही हो जाता था विदाउट पता चले. And then there
Okay.
used to be monthly cross country, and फिर punishment हुआ तो round the parade ground with gun, and ऊपर करके ऐसे करके. So running became an integral part of our training and life. And that is why now I'm making a big statement, and that is why I hated running. बोलता साला फिर भागना पड़ेगा करके. एंड टाइमिंग अभी तो हमारे लिए सब अपनी एज के लिए now when I run a 10 kilometers in say 57 minutes, I'm so happy कि सब 60 मारा. That time वो 12 किलोमीटर वगैरह का कुछ 51 या 52 का टाइम होता था कि you have to come in this, there is no choice. तो आपका क्वाड्रन का पॉइंट लूज हो गया एंड ऑल. सो इफ यू डोंट कम इन, वो जो कट ऑफ का उसमें नहीं आया तो वहीं से रोलिंग चालू हो जाता था. जहां आप रुके हो ना वहीं से चालू, नो रनिंग फर्दर, रोलिंग फर्दर. सो इसलिए आई हेटेड रनिंग टू द कोर, आई हेटेड डिस्टेंस रनिंग टू द कोर. एंड फिर जब एकेडमी से पास आउट हुआ, व्हेन आई पुट माय रैंक एंड स्ट्राइप, आई सेड आई विल नेवर रन अगेन, बट देन दैट वाज नॉट गोइंग टू हैपन, बिकॉज in Forge, what happens is every year there is a PPT, we call physical efficiency test. So we have to clear every year. So you are always on the toe. But the intensity was not like academy. So it was more of choice. If you don't clear, then your promotion and everything affect for that, or it was held. So झक मार के करना पड़ता था. This was the running business, running.
How did it help in your psyche towards as an athlete? I mean, which came in later, but how did it help you?
So I believe, I'm a very strong believer that everything is mind. सब कुछ mind है. When you join academy after 4th year of engineering, ऐसी दारू पी के फूक के everything is gone. 4th year engineering में, you are a senior 8th semester वाला guy. So you have your own this thing, that is the time when you
my friend calls it a spirituality, into
spirituality, machoism and all,
into spirits.
and कभी-कभी हमें ऐसे लगता था कि अंदर से पूरा खोखला हो गया because hostile types and and then you join academy and then you are doing something which you have not done. ये सब सोच भी नहीं सकते थे 6 महीने पहले कि ये सब करने वाले. Running 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers, and the final camps, which we call Varuna, that is somewhere around 80 kilometers total, with night runs, jungle runs, and map run, whatever. So the distance somehow became 70-80 kilometers. So if you think that distance itna hai pehle, to phir wo kabhi nahi kar pate. So it's all was mind, and probably later in my life when I took into distance running after leaving Navy, and even last year when I did my comrades. So this was the foundation which I believed, कि यार everything is mind करके. ठीक है, body थक जाता है, लेकिन अगर mind बोले ना साला कर सकता है, तो मैं तो बोलता हूँ कि everything can be done. Everything. A person, like, I'll make this statement also. मेरे जैसा बंदा अगर comrades करे ना, तो दुनिया का कोई भी comrades कर सकता है. This is a statement. But yes, I will come to it when we speak about it. So
Satish sir is listening to you anyway. So
सर को पता है, सर खुद बोलेंगे कि अगर विजय कर सकता है, साला दुनिया का कोई भी कर सकता है. And I'm 100% true. So it was mind, for me it was mind, and beautiful support of everyone and friends and all.
I mean, you were, you said that initially, when it was forced upon you, you took up, there was a dislike towards running. When did you start running seriously?
Okay, so the Navy happened, and I served for 10 years as a short service commission officer. And I completed my commission, and then I came out in the year 2008-2009. It was December.
Okay.
Now my health started deteriorating very badly.
Okay.
I was not knowing this. बोलते हैं ना वो schedule of work used to be so hectic. My last posting was Naval Dockyard, Bombay, and 12-13 घंटे काम. Then I used to travel from Mulund only, so Powai rather that time. So ये सब चीजों में पता नहीं चला. तो weight kept on piling, and food habits were totally out of sync. कभी भी कुछ भी खा लिए डॉकयार्ड में. फिर parties होती थी बहुत सारी. And then since that was my last year in the service, lot of officers and friends used to call for parties and their home, the send-off parties. फिर बहुत ज़्यादा दारू and things happened. And I started piling on weight, and without realizing, I was a healthy guy, 81, 82 types. And within a span of say 6, 7 months, it shot to 100 plus actually. If you
Wow.
see those times photo in
Okay.
2008, so it became close to 106, 107 that time. Now I was knowing that it is not because of ये सब करने से नहीं है करके. There is something कुछ तो
Because
बोलते हैं
very
ना.
physical active at that time also when it piled up. Sorry.
Not very much compared to my earlier days. So
Okay.
डॉकयार्ड से टाइम नहीं मिलता था frankly. It was
Okay.
only शिप में ऊपर नीचे जाना, डॉकयार्ड में ऊपर नीचे जाना, जिससे हुआ तो हुआ,
Okay.
एंड तभी मुझे ये लगा, जैसे वो शिवाजी साटम बोलते हैं ना, दया कुछ तो गड़बड़ है करके.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, that was my release from the Navy, and we have a release medical Navy में.
Okay. Okay.
And in that medical, there was this doctor who was my senior and a good friend. He was
Okay.
very blunt. जब वो report सब देखा तो बोला कि boss, you have a daughter, 2 years old. If you want to, see her growing, and if you want to, enjoy life, take charge of your life, because you are hypothyroid and this is your, and मुझे thyroid I was aware because my mom was having hypothyroid from few years
Okay.
back,
Okay.
and that he also gave me a rider saying कि यार ये तू तो खुश नसीब है, because ये generally it comes to women, only lucky men get hypothyroid, so you are lucky. He
Good
wanted
doctor. I loved it.
he somehow wanted to console me, because थोड़ा मैं ना disturb हो गया था जब सुन के. So I was
Okay.
asking him कि what is the remedy. He said कि see, it's like it's a not to worry, dawa, you have to have your pills every day morning, and it
Okay.
will get. So my range was out of control, total. It was if you see, the range is still 4.4 and mine was somewhere around 400 plus. So it was
Okay.
very
400.
yeah, 400 plus.
My God.
It was very, very alarming. And then that is the time I left Navy also, and I started my treatment with a doctor called Sudhindra Kulkarni. He's a super specialist, endocrinologist, and he insisted that I pick up endurance sport, either
Okay.
running or cycling or swimming. So by
Yeah.
naturally, cycling, running was the first thing, because तभी cycle नहीं था और pool तो आसपास में है ही नहीं. Being a civilian now, वो privileges सब खत्म हो गए थे. And then started the journey of rebuilding myself. So my journey is a journey of from fit to fat and fat to fit. सबका
Okay.
उल्टा होता है, fat to fit होता है. मेरा उल्टा था. I was a fit guy. I became fat, and then back to whatever I am at this level today. I can call myself fit. Yeah, yes, I can call myself fit. So journey of fit to fat to fit.
Okay.
And then the journey from 1 kilometer. So now just imagine someone who has done camps and all. Now you are struggling to walk 500 meter, 1 kilometer run. So it was something God says. No, even today, like all of us came out of lockdown, and still we are struggling with Corona. All of us know how we are struggling even today to get that 5 kilometers and 10 kilometers.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
running is such a equalizing sport. अच्छे अच्छों को ground कर देता है,
Yes.
You can't say I'm a champion. So you have to, like even Lt.Cdr.Bijay, when he said that about running. So he said it takes time. If a champion like him says, तो हम तो कोई भी नहीं है. So
Yeah.
same happened with me. So when I said कि यार 500 meter नहीं हो रहा है मुझसे, 1 किलोमीटर, 2 किलोमीटर. So that ego पे बहुत hurt हो रहा था, more than anything. It was like crushing my ego again कि someone who ran in academies और साला 1-2 किलोमीटर नहीं हो रहा है, with whatever reason. Then subsequently I started picking up running, so that 5 kilometer became 10 kilometer. Then I started enjoying. More than anything, you have to enjoy the sports you are into.
Yeah. How long have you been hypothyroid?
So now it's 12 years plus now. Yeah, 13 years now being a hypothyroid.
So if you want to, give advice to other hypothyroid patients on especially weight control, and what would be a general advice to all of them?
So see, first of all, anyone who's having thyroid need to do your medication, consult your doctor. So each, I believe hypothyroid for each person is different. Some people may pile on weight, some may lose hair, some may feel drowsy. So many patterns and so many variations are there. So the best
Yeah.
thing is to consult an endocrinologist and go per his advice. So being
Okay.
here, I can only share my journey with me. I think running is the thing which keeps me sane. Running and
Okay.
my pills. So I used to have 200 mcg pill earlier. So today I'm back to 50 or 25 or 50. Every day morning. But I have to have.
Okay.
I have to have.
Okay.
आई एम सो लकी दैट कि ये थायराइड का वजह से बाल नहीं गिर रहे एटलीस्ट दैट सेव्ड फ्रॉम
Yeah, yeah.
दैट yeah, so that was the journey and then the first half marathon happened. So you have to love the thing. नहीं तो 21 किलोमीटर मैं बोलेगा ना पहले जब मैं नेवी के बाद in that phase ऐसे यार कौन भागता है 21 किलोमीटर 21 kilometers, then you see when you start enjoying, then the distance becomes immaterial.
Okay.
So mind takes over, body, yes. So when you run distances, there are things to be taken care, whether it's nutrition or strength training, they are all there. But pehla kya hai ki you have to enjoy to run that 21, to run that 10 kilometers every day. It requires
Yeah.
you versus you bolte hain na jisko see the first step in running. What is the first step in running? It is that step from your bed to the floor every day morning.
Yeah.
The day you capture that, फिर तो आसमान ही आसमान है. बहुत सारे टाइम ऐसे हो जाते हैं यार छोड़ यार बारिश हो रही है करके. I remember my coach, very dear friend, Coach Bobby, we call him. So I remember one day last year, when it was raining heavily, and
Yeah.
we were done next day. And when he texted morning, I said, "Coach, it's raining heavily." So he said, "Boss, rainy season में rain नहीं होगा तो क्या ये धूप आएगा क्या सुबह? Get down of your house." So
I
such was
like that.
yeah, so such was the thing. So that first step from bed to the floor becomes very, very important. And it is not only in running, in every mode of life. That first step, वो जो ले लेते हैं ना, उसके बाद देखते हैं क्या होता है करके. And that
Okay.
is how the journey 21, 42, and of course 89 last year. So that happened.
So, Coach Bobby was the coach whom you followed at that time.
So Bobby is a very dear friend. So we call him Coach Bobby because he's more of a life coach, rather than a running coach.
Okay.
So very dear friend, running or life, and we are family friends, and weekend friends, and whatever you say.
So, initially used to yeah, initially used to hate running, but then you graduated from 5 kilometers to 21 kilometers. What made you do a marathon?
So yes, see my journey. So now, if you compare today, the progress is very fast. Like if you see the runners of today, I'm not saying everyone has each one of are genetically so strong and whatever. So the
Yeah.
journey today is very fast, 10, 21, 42 in a year, and there is nothing proved that you don't have to do that. ऐसे भी नहीं. So my journey of half to full and 10 to 21 was long. I enjoyed each bit of it. So for me, the first 21 took time. The first 42 took time when I settled 21, 21 because body was not ready. So I used
Okay.
to go to Nike running club. That was my first running club. And my first coach used to be Daniel Vaz sir. Dan was, Daniel
Yes.
Vaz.
Yes. Yeah.
So sir used to be the Nike coach and sir is still the Nike coach. So if you say the first coach, he was my first coach, though
Okay.
part of Nike Running Club. And we used to go from Mulund to Churchgate, Marine Drive, just to be part
Okay.
of that on a Sunday morning. And that
Oh,
time,
okay.
nine and all, running was not that, famous as a sports. Very,
Okay.
very few people. Marine Drive and all, when you used to run, you could see hardly people running. So glad that these sports have multiplied. The interest has multiplied many, many times. Today some
Okay.
lakhs and lakhs of people run, and it's good. It's a beautiful sport. It's good, and that's how the progress happened, and that's
Do you remember the first race you participated? Do you remember that?
yes, yes, very much because first is first. The first girlfriend, the first kiss, everything is first. So first
Yeah.
race is always first. So this was. Thane Varsha Marathon. So Thane Varsha Marathon is one of the oldest marathons of India. So Thane and Pune Marathon. See, SCMM came and it that's how the running actually started. So people started knowing about it, because with SCMM comes a corporate brand value and everything related to a corporate, the advertising and all how it works there. But Thane Half Marathon has been there from ages, but they never used to promote, and the quality that those days were pathetic. I would say pathetic. Race ke liye, I remember going at 7 o'clock, and they saying that race will start at 7:15. First of all, 7:15 itself is so late.
In Bombay, humidity.
And then you wait for all those netas, it was organized by the party who's in power in Thane. And the last neta sometimes used to come at 8:30 or 9. And that is the race used to flag off at 9 o'clock. And I used to wonder, boss, ye kya sports hai karke na? And it was a political, now they have improved definitely. And without fail, every year, Rajesh, even however bad, pathetic it is, every year I run that, as a sentimental value. So now things have improved. So I was glad 2 years back, the mayor invited few of us who were known runners and have been running Thane Varsha Marathon. And glad that mayor took our input, myself, Satish sir, Hari sir, all of them, those who have been running regular the Thane Half Marathon. So that was the first race, and I will never forget, running in the traffic and climbing over the bridges and all, everything, because the traffic is started, nobody is bothered. And people used to abuse that. The police used to abuse this. I remember a small incident in Thane Marathon. I'm a slow runner, as all of you know that. So when I was running, I was asking a police guy, in Marathi, I asked, Azun kiti time Azun kiti time hai. So like how much time is remaining? And he just plainly abused me. He said, in typical Marathi, he said, तुमच्यामुळे साला आम्हाला इथे उभा राहायचं आहे करके
उसने दिल की बात बता दी.
बात बताई, and then I realized, oh fuck, I'm a slow runner. Oh, so I'm a slow runner. I need to run fast for this poor chap,
So what are your learnings in that the first race you participated, which you went on to correct later?
So my learning from the first race was amazing, So on a lighter side, if I would say, and it's true, the first time I was not wearing a dry fit. I was not knowing dry fit kya hota hai. So I was running in a cotton t-shirt and a shorts, 21 किलोमीटर के बाद ना सब जगह जलने लगी.
Yes.
Hello.
Chapping. Yeah.
सब जगह तभी पता नहीं था कि वैसलीन लगाना होता है कहाँ करके. So that was a big learning. I came to know the importance of Vaseline that day. Second thing was, like friction की वजह से bloods were oozing, from nipple end. And पहले तो shock हो गया, बोला कुछ बीमारी हो गया लगता है करके. Then later I realized नहीं ऐसे होता है करके. So many learning, and later still 2009, 10 and all, running was not much there. And in one of the race when I went later, I saw similar thing happening to a guy, and he was crying when the blood was coming from the nipples, and he was like, कुछ हो गया. I said कि boss ये कुछ नहीं होता है, सबको ऐसे ही होता है, मेरे साथ
The thing is that you realize Vaseline कहाँ लगाना when you take bath, and when it starts burning all over, and that is when you realize, oh God, Vaseline लगाना था इधर.
In fact, later in many years later, so there was a lady reporter for a magazine. She was interviewing me with respect to the running, and she asked me the same question: What one thing running you learned from running? So I told her that one big thing I learned from running is how to and where to apply Vaseline.
Vaseline.
Like what? And, so on a lighter side, so she was also laughing. So we may take it as lightly, but there are so many छोटे चीजें जो पता होना चाहिए. नहीं तो in the long run, running ultras and all, ये चीजों का अगर आपने ध्यान नहीं दिया तो हो गया, your race is over midway.
Yeah, that was my question next. Is because you did five, then you 21, 42. What made you run an ultra after that?
So first 42 was an experience, first 42 was an experience because see फौज में जब किए थे ये सब सोच के भी नहीं किए थे because that time
You did
shoes
an
तो
80
थोड़ी
kilometers at that time, right?
yeah,
Fauj
yeah,
mein?
that time when we did the Varuna camp it was 80 kilometers plus.
With
That was
battle gear?
yeah, with battle gear, with gun, and with six of us in a squadron. They were a
Okay.
group of six, and all six of you have to complete together. That was the essence of the entire Varuna camp. So तभी जंगल शूज में भागते थे, ड्रिल फूट जंगल शूज.
Yeah. Which
तो
even more harder, no?
या तो अभी तो लाइफ में कैसे कि एडिडास के जूते, नाइकी के ये वाला अल्ट्रा बूस्ट, फिर ये मेरे पैर पे नहीं बैठ रहा है, ऑल दोज थिंग. अभी कैसे one more thing I learned from running was injuries, various injuries. पहले कैसे फौज में भी थे तो ये था कि पैर पे दर्द हो रहा है करके. अब पैर मतलब लेग में कौन सा पार्ट है, कहीं पे भी दर्द है तो पैर का दर्द. लेटर when I got enlightened about running, it was Achilles, then it was ITB and so many fancy names. तो ऐसे जो ग्रुप में जाके खड़े होते हैं ना, जहाँ अभी नए नए यंगस्टर्स नए रनर होते हैं, ऐसे 4-5 हाईफाई टर्म मार दो और वहां से निकल जाओ तो सब बोल रहे बहुत सही सही रन.
In fact, when you said Fauj mein pair ka dard, I remember that scene from the movie Prahar, where this commanders are coming with dard and he says, "Aaj main pet ka dard dekhunga, baki log hat jao." So, so you cannot go with the pain and tell the armed forces, "I got pain," and because you get pained more. So,
and
so
then,
like, okay.
then when first full marathon happened,
Yeah.
now 21 तक तो ठीक था, ट्रेनिंग में भी तभी frankly speaking, अभी जैसे 42 या इसके लिए when I run a 42 now, last 4-5 years have been so serious about running. अभी एक 42 के पहले ही इतना सारा ये सब डालते हैं हम, ट्रेनिंग रन्स एंड माइलेजेस, तभी ऐसे नहीं था. फर्स्ट फुल यस 1-2 30 किया था, दैट्स इट, एंड देन यू वेंट फॉर अ फुल मैराथन. जब 25-26 क्रॉस हुआ, जब 30 के आसपास आए, देन आई रियलाइज कि बॉस ये क्या गलती कर दिया करके, ठीक है अभी पीपल आर वाचिंग, नहीं तो देयर इज लॉट ऑफ कस वर्ड, फौजी वर्ड. क्यों भाग रहे टाइप्स, 30 पे. एंड इवन आफ्टर रनिंग फॉर सो मेनी इयर्स, आज भी कॉमरेड्स में भी था, 32 किलोमीटर पे पता नहीं साला क्या भूत आ जाता है दिमाग में ना.
क्यों
चुड़ैल आ जाती है ऐसे टाइप्स कि आ गया 32 आ गया करके. एंड यू सेड 32 इज लाइक अ वॉल. यू विल रियलाइज कि व्हाई आई एम डूइंग दिस. मैं अपने आप को साला क्यों पनिश कर रहा हूँ.
I'm sure that is a wall which everybody has, and something which we have to actually break it. And then he went and did a comrade, which is 89 kilometers.
Yes.
Inspired by our comrade's hero.
Seriously, so comrades was a beautiful journey, and 89 kilometers. Again, mind hota hai and training. So first is belief, So as you know, I always say that I'm a slow runner, and I'm really a slow runner because I love my run. So 4-5 साल पहले थोड़ा serious हो गया. Somebody said कि ये तो author है, सिर्फ running के बारे में लिखता है, लेकिन somehow ये क्या भागेगा टेस्ट. और मैं सबको मैं वही बोलता हूँ कि ठीक है यार. So you have to believe in you. खुद पे भरोसा होना ना. Running is a sports. It's you versus you. Simple. कोई कुछ भी बोले. Every day तुमको भागना है ट्रेनिंग करने. कोई नहीं आएगा तुम्हारे लिए भागने. Even एक धीरूभाई अंबानी होगा ना, सॉरी मुकेश अंबानी ना, अगर वो सोचे मैं 200 करोड़ दे के भी किसी को दौड़ा लाऊं मेरे बदली में मैराथन कर, लेकिन एंड ऑफ द डे वो 40 किलोमीटर बिलोंग्स टू द अदर गाय, इट्स नॉट हिम. सो रनिंग ऐसे स्पोर्ट है ना, खुद का खुद ही करना पड़ेगा, कोई कुछ भी बोले. सो व्हेन आई एक्सप्रेस माय डिजायर, so when comrades guys goes to South Africa, before that we have a run on Eastern Express Highway, so we host that run. And all these comrades, we started for Satish sir, and then subsequently Satish sir invited all the comrades every time. So that feeling of seeing the camaraderie, seeing everyone with flag, seeing that, it is a different moment, you know. पूरे runners आते हैं बॉम्बे के, so all comrades stand on two sides, and everybody shake hand, फिर comrade का cake काटते हैं, and then we present them the national flag. That we started it many years back, and it became a trend. तो सतीश सर सबको ये बोलते थे कि यहाँ से blessing लेके जाओगे तो comrades पूरा होगा करके, you know, that was. So when so मन में हमेशा वो रहता था कि यार हम कब ये साइड पे आएंगे, you know. We were the organizers for that. So I always used to believe कि कभी तो ये साइड पे आके खड़ा रहना है, लोगों से हाथ मिलाना है करके, you know. And that thought was there. That thought was always there. And in 2018, I thought I may be fit to run, but it didn't happen. So that time, when I discussed with Satish sir also, so we decided कि this year is not the time, because I was not fit also. So काफी सारे. So like person like Satish sir and all know a person, you know, कि कब ये बंदा भाग पाएगा करके. And I'm so glad he stays closer to home, very close to my home, and he's always there like an elder brother and a motivator and a mentor and all. And in 2019, so I decided to give it a try, and I knew it's not easy, because you know it takes everything from you. वो 4 महीना you are you know, your family time से लेके your weekends are gone, and then you many a time it's only you versus you. जैसे बोलता हूँ ना, सुबह उठ के ट्रेनिंग करना 2:30, 3:30. Imagine running in Lonavala at night, 12 o'clock, where your run start. You are running in the dark, in the jungle. पता नहीं आगे क्या है, लेकिन there are group of comrades. All of them come 65 kilometers, 50 in the hills. You know, you never know. मुझे हमेशा वो डर रहता था कि I was the slowest of all the comrades जो भी जिसने भी रजिस्टर किया. तो मेरे मन में होता था कि यार ये लोग ट्रेनिंग के टाइम ये लोग सब आगे निकल जाएंगे साला, और लोनावाला के रोड पे रात में कोई क्या करेगा करके. And when in Navy days, so we were training at INS Shivaji, which is in Lonavala. So lot of वो होते हैं ना, ghost stories used to be there on that road. लड़की दिखती है पूरा सफेद कपड़े में. And जब वो कॉमरेड्स का ट्रेनिंग रन कर रहे थे, तो मन में वो आ रहा था ये सब तो आगे निकल जाएंगे रात को, साला मैं कोई उठा के लेके गया तो क्या होगा टाइप. वंडर की ठीक है, अपना वेट इतना है, कोई उठा के नहीं लेके जा सकता है करके.
How was the whole experience of running it actually during in South Africa?
Yeah, so all this training happened, and there I was at the start line with whole lot of belief, with whole lot of wishes, with whole lot of prayers from friends, and I was not overconfident. I was damn confident कि complete तो होगा ही करके, you know, वो belief आ गया था कि complete.
That's nice.
So my coach was Viv Menon. He had planned my schedule and all, and so before one night I had asked him कि what would be my finish and all, and he's a very straightforward guy, and मुझे डर लगता उससे पूछने की क्या है करके. So he said कि finish हो जाएगा, and then I was very confident. So on the start line that day, it was such a euphoric moment. तो मैं सारे रनर्स को यही बोलूंगा, whoever is there, see, comrades is, they say it's the ultimate human race, and there are much tougher race definitely, but this is the race. अगर आप मरने के पहले ये नहीं किए ना लाइफ में, तो दोबारा फिर से ह्यूमन लेके जन्म लेना ये दौड़ने के लिए, you know, such a wonderful race, such a goosebumps. जो अब आप स्टार्ट लाइन में, you are representing India, you know, though unofficially you are from the Indian contingent, wearing the India t-shirt. Such a pride moment for me, being a soldier, wearing a uniform, and on that start line, it was similar, you know, similar feeling. And when the South African national anthem plays, goosebumps, exactly goosebumps. And I'm sure Satish sir would also say 10 times goosebumps for him. So for me, it was an experience when all the runners from all the countries. So when the race started, it's a cutoff. It's a 6 cutoff race, and then 18 kilometers is your first cutoff, 27 next cutoff. You have to, you know, maintain that. And when you see the runners, fellow runners, they are huge. They are 6-feeters. They are like, let's say South Africans are like huge, and they are running. You know, tough. They are running, and then you realize कि ये लोग जब भाग सकते हैं तो हम तो भाग ही सकते हैं करके. And then it starts, and it's hill, totally hill. The race is tough, like I say, Pedder Road, अगर बॉम्बे में हम लोग बोलते हैं कि Pedder Road is the toughest, so multiply that Pedder Road by 150 times, and that is
Okay,
comrades for you. And the
that's
best
nice.
part is पूरा throughout the route, 90 kilometer पूरा people are there, they are clapping for you, they are cheering you, India, India, India. So that becomes a pride moment for you कि boss ये है करके,
I mean, I love that
and
photograph of yours with the Indian flag when you're finishing the race, and it was nice. And उसके बाद आप लोगों ने paint dance किया ना? The next day,
हाँ.
yeah,
So once
with
you
the
finish
music
the race,
Kajanare, I
and
love that dance.
and Satish sir organizes this every year at his place in South Africa. So he has a house there. Satish sir is a
Okay.
very rich man in South Africa. He has
Okay.
diamond mines and ये सब. सर किसी को बताया नहीं है, तो शायद नहीं
डायमंड
सुन रहे
माइंस
थे.
साउथ अफ्रीका में डायमंड नहीं
Yeah,
है,
tycoon.
गोल्ड
He's a
है.
he's a
But
tycoon there in South Africa. So यहाँ इंडिया में एकदम humble रहते हैं, वहाँ he's a tycoon there. So he organizes this party, and it's called Aches and Pains. It's such a wonderful, like,
okay,
previous day you have run 89 kilometer, next day all of you are celebrating, irrespective of whether you're a finisher or not finisher. So such a wonderful, you feel so free, that day कि साला सब हो गया 4 महीने का, अब ऐश करो
yeah,
type. So such a wonderful thing.
that's nice. Now we'll talk a little bit about leave running a little bit, and we'll talk about your charitable, experiences where you actually did a lot of things. In 2012, actually, you did a wonderful run to raise money for the Pediatric Society, and you actually raised 1,21,212, which apparently it's your birthday, right? 12th of December is your birthday. How was the experience of raising money?
So yeah, Rajesh, I think you have really done your research. इतना पुराना कोई पूछेगा नहीं सोचता था. But so I am a Sagittarian, 12 December born. So that year was 12, 12, 12, once in a lifetime number. So we
Yeah.
thought, why not do something to celebrate that special number? That is when my wife told ki let's devise a plan. So we started in January that year,
Yeah.
and so every kilometer I ran. So I ran 2012 kilometers that day,
Okay.
that year, from January till 12 December. 12
Okay.
December till 12 December I ran 2012 kilometer, and
Okay.
every kilometer I ran, we raised 12 rupees. So everything
Okay.
was 12 oriented. So 12, 12, 12. So, but when we multiplied that 2012 into 12 time, and that's when
Hmm.
a lot of friends suggested, why don't you make it as 1 lakh, whatever, 121212 number. So itna jama karke,
Okay.
you give it to the pediatric cancer center, and that's how. So a lot of people contributed across globe, and it was such a great feeling. And the last run was on 12 December at 12 o'clock, 12 kilometers, and then we went to the Tata Memorial Hospital and donated that money. So it's a small amount, but that's what I could do. And then subsequently
Wonderful.
every year now it's not part of charity, but I do my bit every year for the same. And
In fact, you
trust me,
organize
people there.
two wonderful runs, right? Which is your bit for the running community, the Navratri run or the Nav run and the Seven Island.
Yes, so these two run was my brainchild, especially now run. It's very special Navratri run. So I used to run alone initially when jab Navratri aata hai, 9 days. So I'm not a God-oriented person and all. For me, everything is running. I find reason to run. Christmas हुआ तो 25 किलोमीटर, 15 अगस्त हुआ तो 15 किलोमीटर. So नवरात्रि के time I used to do 9 kilometers every day for the 9 days with the colors. And I'm a
Okay.
fanatic with respect to style, and I love matching my colors and all, goggles and Oakleys and all those things. So for me it was a app thing कि 9 color के t-shirt पहन के भागो 9 दिन. First year when I did, and when people came to know, so I'm part of MRR Mumbai Road Runners, and next year say we made it, बोला कि जिसको भी भागना है आ जाओ करके, and it got
Okay.
such a huge response, last so many
Okay.
years. Now it has now a lot of people have caught on that idea. People are commercializing it, and now I see that there are already 3-4 now runs for this year, which has already started. I'm asking
Acha.
money from people. You run with us 9 days. We are
Virtual now
999.
run. Virtual now run.
So, yeah. And then Seven Island was based on the Seven Islands of Mumbai,
Okay.
wherein we every Sunday we used to every second Sunday we used to say कि आज का run इधर है on this island of Mumbai, Kolaba, Dadar or somewhere, and we gave a Seven Island ka medal, that's
Okay.
so these two beautiful concept, because नहीं तो running becomes very monotonous, so
Yeah,
थोड़ा
yeah.
थोड़ा spice कर दो उसको तो it's fun, so that's how the now run and
That's in fact I want to tell the viewers, Bijay Nair's one message generated funds for an athlete. Her name is Shamli Singh. His message and Bombay Road Runners, I think within few hours they I think generated around 50,000 plus rupees. She was having an ailment, and I think they found out during the Mumbai Marathon, where she ran actually and won her category and generated money for her own medical expenses. And Vijay Nair and his message generated, I think, funds within 1 hour. So kudos to you, Vijay, for that.
Yeah. Thanks, and thanks to Shamli for later whenever I have seen her. Now she's a national athlete, and so that shows the humbleness of a person. She do message, and she acknowledges that. So it's not that you should acknowledge, but being such a athlete of that stature, and they still remember people who helped her, and that's amazing quality of a person, and
Very nice. That's nice.
as a community, as a community, runners are wonderful, because genuinely होगा ना, genuinely. So 1 घंटा इसके पहले भी we had raised fund for a girl. We had raised some 4.5 lakhs within a day, within a
Okay.
day. 4.5 lakhs. ऐसे एक डब्बा रख दिया, उसमें 4.5 lakhs. No question asked, So that shows
Very nice.
we are a great community with awesome people, But they are all smart also कि right reason के लिए ही देंगे, They know now running has evolved. सबको पता चल गया कि कौन कितने पानी में है, so everyone is smart and they know,
I mean, I would second that statement that runners are good people. You agreed to an interview without knowing me. When I launched my page, All India Runners Motivation, I'm like eternally thankful. Even though you say no, kuch nahi hai, but I'm thankful that you are the first person who liked my page, and you're the first person whom I did an interview also. So thank you for that.
Thanks, Rajesh. You are doing such a wonderful job. Like we are there for each other. It's nothing to thank, because I'm sure together we make a community. And how
Okay.
एक दूसरे को नहीं support करेंगे तो कौन करेगा?
Thanks. Let's talk a little bit about your writing experiences. They Inspire, your first book, has got sales of more than 4,000, 4,000 books sold actually, and which was launched by Crossword, which is amazing. Couple of years back, where you had stories of around 40 plus runners published. How was the experience of collecting the stories?
So way back, when I would tell the story of first runner who ran 100 kilometers in Mumbai. So way back 2009, 10. So these are type of people who genuinely who loves this sports. They are nowhere on the social media, and we all love being social media. Nothing wrong in it. So ये लोग वो थे कि जो पहले 100 kilometers and all they ran.
Okay.
And when the sports became big, Facebook and all happened. So these people started feeling neglected. They started feeling wrong is happening to the sports.
Okay.
क्या कर रहे हैं लोग करके ना, लोग 2 kilometer भाग के भी people are posting photos and writing so many. So I say there is nothing wrong. It's all to motivate each other.
Yeah.
So somehow few of them didn't agree. They say, it's a and I always tell them, sir, nobody owns running. Everyone has a reason to run, and like that. So first time I introduced one such person on a blog, in my blog, and when I wrote his story in a question and answer format, it became an instant hit. On Facebook, everyone started liking it. So टाइटल भी ब्लॉग का था, दे इंस्पायर. सो बुक का जो है टाइटल सेम, it's like they inspire, that was the idea. And subsequently people used to ask कि why don't you do next story करके. तो ऐसे कर करके every week, जो वीक नहीं डालता था तो लोगों के मैसेज आते थे कि why are you not putting a story. And then crossword used to I used to crossword के साथ बात हुई. So they said that why don't we compile, this will make a good subject, and you don't have, running is a growing sports and you don't have many Indian authors, so I won't call myself as author because it's a compilation.
Okay.
Compilation of 42 stories. Ideas, yes, ideas थे. तो बोला कि 42 stories है, तो 42.197 जो है, that is my stories, 0.197 I said as author. थोड़ा बहुत तो you have to introduce yourself. And 42 amazing stories, and it has become an inspirational book. A lot of corporates have gifted to their employees. I'm so glad, I'm so happy that this is a gifting book also.
Why is it out of stock?
So Amazon,
I wanted to buy.
Hey, you don't worry about that. Oh man, I am to send it to you. But it's out of stock. Second print is also out of stock. Abhi देखेंगे how it goes. Abhi see, my second book is about to launch, so let's see how it.
We'll talk about the second book. But any chance that you can put it in Kindle, or is it a long process for that?
नहीं, Kindle का I can put it, but there is a copyright issue and so many things I have to take clearance from. It's a different this publishing business and writing. See, once we write and अपने को लगता है कि बुक बन जाएगा, there is a different world out there. साला कॉपीराइट वाला अपना ही आर्टिकल, अपना ही लिखा हुआ चीज बाद में अपने को भीख मांगना पड़ता है लोगों से कि कौन मैंने.
In fact, yeah, I mean, all the audience out here is waiting for this wonderful moment now where your new book, Bhag, is coming. You actually asked for people to suggest a title name, and I'm glad that a runner suggested a title name, and which you accepted. And you can just tell us a bit about the book, and if we can have a small reading of your book, because the people are waiting for it. If you can just tell us about it, it'll be really wonderful. And this is a preview. First time preview, like a DJ or RJ, I would say that, nowhere else has this preview taken place. Yeah. So the first preview, and I'm so happy and proud moment for me that it is through All India Runners motivation that this preview is taking place.
Yeah, Rajesh. So first of all, thanks, and glad to tell that Bhag is about to release by I think September 15 is the date the publishers have informed.
Yeah.
So this book is me, this book is me. So I am a person who's fun loving. I'm a person who's full of humor. And Rajesh, you there? Hello.
Yes, I'm there. I put you on preview now. You are in like major. You're the only person there. Because your book is coming up. So as a preview, so this is like something which I can do in the software.
Okay, so that is, this book is about me. So it's the compilation of last 12 years, it's a compilation of last 12 years of my writing. Just one second, I'm just trying to figure out where this is.
Yeah. And I love the cover, and the cover has got all your runner friends out there. I think few people can be recognized from the cover.
Yeah, so
I think Satish here is there, Hari sir is there.
This is the cover for the book Bhag, and this is the cover for the book Bhag.
Yeah.
And so whoever asks me कि where am I, एक बीच का character है comrades के t-shirt में, that is me. Rest all are all friends. जो भी पूछता है कि मैं कहाँ हूँ, तो I always tell कि identify one character. So you.
Okay.
All of us are one of those characters in this, and there is a friend जो run के बाद हम लोग एक South Stream बोल के friends के they have a venue, तो वहाँ जाते हैं, तो that is that friend. So everyone has this thing, and if you see the Comrades India t-shirt, so this book cover is beautifully designed by Rohini Punde. She's a runner, dear friend. She had designed. So we took lots of time to design this book cover, because cover has to be fantastic. That is how it happened. And the title title, as Rajesh you said. So when I had put on "Did you run today?" and on Mumbai Road Runners, so that
Yeah.
title was suggested by one of our runner friend, and I have acknowledged the title to him because Bhag ka full form itself is so wonderful. So it is
Yeah.
Vijay's hilarious anecdotes, gags, and humor. So
Very
it's such a
nice.
wonderful title he gave me. So I have acknowledged him, and Rohini has also got a sign on this book. That is how the cover is, and telling about the write-ups in this. So as I said, it's the write-up of last 12 years, and I write situations. I observe people. So one of my when I had most of my writings are instant writing. So I believe in
Okay.
instant writing. So one of my very famous write-up which circulates during TMM time or the Mumbai Marathon time every year, even now, has been shared more than 2,000 times, on WhatsApp, and many a time it comes back to me saying that must read. So for an author or someone who writes, it's a wonderful moment when your write-up comes to you and people say, okay, must read. So
Okay.
there, as a writer, you feel okay, ye ho gaya karke. So many such incidences.
Can you have
Incidents
a
happen.
one preview of something which you really like from that book?
Yeah, so on a very funny side, it's a mix of everything. So I remember. mm so me and one of my friend Murli, so we had come morning after. So we stay in same complex, and then when we came back from our run, so we were stretching out in our dome here. We have a small dome,
Yeah.
and we were laughing and मस्ती कर रहे थे like post run. So there was an uncle who was standing next to us. अब वो अंकल ने व्हेन ही सॉ अस स्वेटिंग एंड मस्ती कर रहे थे थोड़ा, तो जब हम लोग जैसे ही पोडियम से जैसे बाहर नीचे उतरने आए तो अंकल सेड कि अच्छा जोकिंग की हो करके.
Yeah.
सो लाइक क्या बोल रहे हैं करके. तो चलें कि आप लोग अच्छा जोकिंग करते हो. सो आई सेड आई रियलाइज शिट, हमने वहाँ मस्ती मस्ती में पता नहीं क्या बोल दिया किसको करके अंकल. एंड
Okay.
देन आई आस्क्ड कि अंकल आपने कुछ सुना क्या. बोलते हैं नहीं नहीं क्या सुनने का, आप लोग इतना पसीना पसीना हो गया, अच्छा जोकिंग किए करके. आई डिडंट रियलाइज. फिर देन आई स्ट्रेस की अंकल समझे नहीं क्या बोले. बोलते अरे यार आप लोग भाग के आए ना तो अच्छा जोकिंग किए ना. जॉगिंग बोल रहा है बंदा करके, अच्छा जॉगिंग
Oh.
किए.
Okay.
One more funny incident is after TMM. This is on a थोड़ा वैसे raunchy type से. After TMM, next day, so my wife was working. She had gone to work, and I was to go with my mother-in-law in a marriage. किसी.
Okay.
So my wife is a Shetty, and Bantar Sangha में, so I went with her, and me and my mother-in-law, and then she was introducing me to everyone.
Okay.
And she knows that I run. And there were this set of ladies, तीन चार खड़े, and मैं बात कर रहा हूँ. तो then my mother-in-law tell those ladies कि ये मेरा जावाई है करके. जावाई बोलते हैं ना, जावाई.
Yeah. Yeah.
इसमें अच्छा स्टेमिना है करके. And I was like, क्या बोल रहा है? And I was like, looking, ladies were looking at my face, and smiling, and I was smiling. And then my mother-in-law broke that. बोले नो नहीं, ये ना मैराथन भागता है, कल ही 42 किलोमीटर भागा है, अच्छा स्टेमिना है करके.
अच्छा.
ऐसे बहुत सारे 150-200 इंसिडेंट्स है इसमें, छोटे छोटे फनी.
Okay, good.
You will
So how many
definitely
pages
laugh.
is the book?
This is close to 170 pages, and while compiling it I was smiling. So मुझे लगा कि अगर मैं लिख के इतने साल के बाद स्माइल कर सकता हूँ, so I'm sure people will at least have one good read. So
That's nice. Good. Thank you for the preview, Bijay. I'm so happy that you have taken time to do that. Just few more questions. That's all. Before I hope that we are not stopping you from doing anything.
No, thanks. Yeah.
Okay. You have you are actually talked about a lot about style, right? Like Nitin Rawat. You are the person who runs with Oakleys and color combo. So what is the style about? Like, can you just tell us?
One of the reasons, पहले से मैं ऐसी हूँ, फौज में भी था, तो I love style, I love style, and
Okay.
इतने सारे इतने इवेंट्स किए, इतने टी शर्ट्स हैं, तो कभी ना कभी तो यूज करना है ना किसी को, तो यू नो
Yeah.
so luckily during my Navy days also I used to love Ray-Bans, तभी Ray-Bans होते थे नेवी में, so बहुत Ray-Bans
Okay.
की, so एक
Yeah.
तो शौक है कलेक्शन ऑफ ग्लासेस. सो ओकलीज आ गए, तो एक दो ओकलीज, मेरे ब्रदर इन लॉ वाज इन सिंगापुर, उसने एक बार पूछा क्या चाहिए, मैं बोला 4 ओकली ला के दे करके, तो बाद में ही सेड
Okay.
यस, ठीक है मैं ला के देता हूँ, बट बाद में व्हेन ही वेंट टू द ओकली स्टोर ही रियलाइज, यानी से अबे क्या मांग रहा है, बहुत महंगा है चारों का, यू नो
Start.
चार मांग रहा है तू.
Yeah.
So when the first Oakley came, I felt very comfortable running in Oakleys, when you run this thing. And then more than anything, masti. So I'm a person, that's my personality, मैं masti, I believe in masti. I believe in color. So if you see, luckily I was brand ambassador for couple of shoe brand earlier. And then बाद में they realize कि भैया बोला ये महंगा पड़ रहा है, तो इसको अभी निकाल दो टाइप्स, so I have few shoes and good colorful shoes, so run, थोड़ा मस्ती करते, फोटोज निकालते, वैसे ही होना चाहिए यार लाइफ में, वैसे ही we all are, हमें कोई ओलंपिक्स में नहीं लेने वाला है, nobody is going to select us for Olympics. For us, running is fun.
Yeah.
Running is recreation, and always tell everybody, take it as a hobby, take it as a hobby, तो stress नहीं करोगे लाइफ में ज्यादा, and it's you versus you. I can't compare with anybody. ठीक है, continual improvement, everything should happen, but not at the cost of your health, your family's happiness and all. So I'm a preacher of that, I'm a believer of that. And when you run, there is lot at stake at this age, you are a working professional, corporate का pressure अलग, and then we are traveling. Abhi to luckily corona nahi hai, to otherwise we travel, and I know many people who travel Saturday night aake Sunday subah bhaga, and there are a couple of cases where people have collapsed and died and all. So the trauma is so severe, so keep running as running, keep it as hobby, मजे करो, style करो, मजे करो. एक दिन अगर नहीं उठ पाए संडे, तो balls to that, सो जाओ एक दिन पूरा संडे, क्या फर्क पड़ता है. But that's the beauty of this sports. And
any future plans as an athlete? Any runs you want to do, like La Ultra or something like that?
Again, Rajesh, कैसे है ना कि all ultras take huge amount of time. So as I said, it's mind. First, it's mind. करने के लिए, all of us can try. ऐसे कि नहीं. But the question is कि how much time do you have? Do you have that much of time to train? Because आपकी training is what is important. पूरी ले लेता है आपका, time and personal life and everything. Is the point I committing to a race of say 200 kilometer, 300 kilometer, and for a very selfish reason of for me itself, and the family is suffering घर पे बैठे कि साला 5 महीने फिर लॉक हो गया करके, But yes, I have a plan. Back-to-back comrades was there this year, but because of Corona, it didn't happen. So next year it will
pandemic
happen.
Yeah.
Yes, next year it is going to happen. So register.
I think that's an advance permission you took, right?
Yeah. So
advance permission ले लिया ना उसके लिए.
कैसे कि पैसे वैसे भरा है ना, अभी तो वो बोल के जा सकते हैं कि भैया पैसे अटक गया वहां करके. So you have to run. So that is one thing, and that is one thing which is going to happen. I'm looking forward to it next year. And the other thing is a triathlon in future, a full Ironman or an Ironman in subsequent days. I have to do a skydive also, where in next 3-4 years I'll be doing my skydiving course. So hey, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. So I always tell my daughter, I have a teenage daughter, 14 years ki why I'm training this hard is that the day you get your boyfriend, that guy has to be fitter than me. नहीं तो no problem.
Nice. It's been more than 1 hour since we've been chatting. So my last question is coming up. I don't know how the time passed away, but it's a wonderful to hear you chat. I think I wish we could spend more time. So the last question is your advice to anyone who wants to take up running and want to be a fit person like you.
So to my advice, first of all, advising only on the capacity of having done that, being an someone who loves this sport. So my advice is, take it easy. Each one of us are special. Each uh, one of us are different, and we are all unique. We are all unique. So never ever underestimate one thing. Never ever underestimate you. Never ever have self pity on you. Two things: self
Okay.
pity. I always tell my defense aspirants also, never ever self pity you. Yeah, I cannot do this, I cannot do that, and never ever underestimate you. So the mind is a superpower we have. But take it easy, take it easy. Take it as a sports you love, then you will love. I've been in this sports for last 12 years. So every day when you get up, so as we say, every day, every morning when you get up, you should feel ki, okay, I have to step out for run. And the
Okay.
day you start feeling ki nahi, it is becoming a burden, leave this sports. You can play carom board instead अगर अंदर बैठ के.
Yeah, yeah.
That is the advice I would give you all.
Okay. That's nice. So thank you very much, Bijay, for your time, and it's a wonderful chat. It's always nice, talking. I never felt like the first time, but thank you very much for this inspirational chat and humorous, I would say. And I wish you all the best in your future endeavors, and may you inspire all. May you write lot many books, and may you, I would say, organize more runs actually. So thank you very much. Pleasure having you. And yeah, thank you.
So thanks,
Jai Hind.
Rajesh, and Jai Hind, Rajesh, and thanks for having me on your page, because all those who have come before me, all are great athletes and great individuals. So thank you for getting me. I'm privileged to be on this page, and and you should be with the right people, Rajesh, on this day. You should not be with me because it's your birthday today, and I'm sure your wife would be cursing, "किसके साथ साला बैठा है करके." So thank you
Yeah,
so
my day
much.
started quite early, so 12 o'clock in the morning. So
Yeah. So have a great birthday. Have a great
thank
birthday,
you.
and thanks to everyone who was part of this, who have spent time listening to. I'm sure if I could add some value to your thing, so then I would consider this 1 hour as fruitful. So
In
thank
fact,
you
we
so
had
much.
a overseas participant also all the way from Philippines. Nigel Clemens is a veteran,
Oh, okay.
so who actually came in to say hello to and to hear you.
Thanks, Nigel. Thanks, Nigel. So sweet of you. So sweet of you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So in fact, he has logged in his calendar for this interview. So it's nice to see him. So there he is, Nigel
Thank you,
and
Nigel.
Satish sir.
And
Yeah.
yeah, Satish sir, thank you so much, sir. Sir, आप साउथ
Okay.
अफ्रीका में, let every people know that you are a tycoon in South Africa. आप बताइए.
Okay. So thank you very much for being in
Bye
session.
bye.
Yeah. Thank
Thanks,
you.
thanks,
Bye.
Rajesh. Bye. Take
Bye.
care. Take
Bye.
care, please.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye. So thank you very much for tuning in all, and it's been a wonderful session. Tomorrow, it's our first international guest coming in, Mr. Bruce Fordis, the legend of Comrades Marathon, who has won Comrades Marathon for 9 times, who's coming in for a session. So all you comraders, all you people who want to run Comrades, do tune in, and please come in. 7 o'clock is the time for this. I'll put in a note for tomorrow, and do tune in and do get your comrades' queries actually answered. He's a wonderful guy, very humorous in his session, and I would want every one of you tune in. Thank you very much, and as usual, thank you very much all of you for tuning in. Satish sir, you don't know how I'm feeling with my legs. My legs are paining. So yes, my face is okay, but my legs are paining. Thank you very much for coming in. Jai Hind. Thank you.